Guys, I step in front of him. He goes, Francois, and I interrupt him, and I go, maybe that's why every little thing. And I'm like, what? And it wasn't until like the fourth performance where I'm like, oh, I'm upstaging the person who made this song famous. Action. I can't touch the boom.
Don't touch the boom.
Playbill.com. Hello.
Hey everyone, it's Dylan from Playbill. I'm a writer on our editorial staff, and I am living my teenage dream with Michael Iván Carrier in the studio today. Hi, Michael.
Hello, Dylan. I'm really excited to be here.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's my first time on Playbill.com, maybe. No, I was on Playbill.com one time, I think.
You were highlighted as a swing in Anne Juliet. Do you remember that?
Oh, yes. Was that on YouTube?
It was, we took photos, we did a cutie interview of you and your fellow swings, swinging around.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do remember
Yeah,
that.
and you're here with us today representing Anne Juliet on Broadway.
That was so long ago, the swing times.
You've been with the show for a long time.
I have. I guess it was May of 2022 when I first started rehearsals. I feel like swings don't get enough representation sometimes, so I was so honored that was like a spread that you guys did, so thank you for that.
And thank you so much for getting ready with me today. You ready to get into it?
I am.
Okay, so you are about to start your week of performances.
I am.
In Anne Juliet on Broadway. You had your day off yesterday. How do you typically spend your day off?
I really took the time to rest and lay down. And my eyes, I feel like, are kind of like dark because of my allergies. You know what I mean? I don't normally look like this.
I think you look beautiful.
That's what I'm trying to say. Thank you. But I Googled it and they said that sometimes your blood vessels are like constrained and that's what makes like your like under eyes turn blue.
So maybe some extra concealer today.
Maybe some extra concealer, maybe some color corrector. We'll get into the color corrector, but I'm not a makeup artist by any means, but I do like doing makeup and I do like putting it on.
What's your relationship to makeup?
I started doing makeup in college. I had one of those like generic, like, I think the course was called makeup. And I had to do like half glam face, half something face. I don't know. And then after that, every single like college party I went to, I was like turning a look after that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I guess that began my kind of like gender journey, my makeup journey.
And how would you describe May's makeup?
May's makeup is, well, this is color corrector right now, so don't freak out for anyone. This is just red I'm putting on to counteract what's on the opposite of red on the color wheel?
Nope. I was gonna say
green.
purple and that's wrong.
It's green.
Yeah.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. May's makeup is, I think, ethereal. It's more ingenue. It's fresh face. We've gotten notes sometimes that the Mays from creative.
The Mays.
The Mays is what we call them. The people who play May and everyone who understudies May. Just to like not go too far with it, right? Because this should be like an everyday look. You know, May's not a drag queen per se, but I mean you're born naked and the rest is drag, as we know. So I mean everything is drag, but it's not anything too big or too blown out, right? Like it's still cutesy. I think May is kind of a little fairy sometimes. I find. Paloma did so well with the costume and the design. There's gold leaves and flowers, and you see like floral, and it reminds me of being ethereal and stuff like that.
Tell us all about May and May's relationship to Juliet.
May is Juliet's rock, essentially. They've been best friends for a while, in my opinion. May is created by Anne Hathaway, Shakespeare's wife, who comes in and rewrites the narrative and makes it more femme forward, more fun, more girl power, more Juliet story. I feel like Juliet is, I'm trying not to spoil anything. We know who Juliet is. Juliet's that girl. Juliet's always in love. She's always talking to the boys. Juliet's always head over heels for someone, right? And so May's just the person who's like, okay. Like you'll see in the opening scene, she's like, oh my gosh, Romeo's with all these people. And May's like, okay. We knew this. Like, we've been new, Juliet. Like, come on. We're constantly told by the creatives that, like, May is, like, that grounded friend, you know? We're told so often to not be just that comical gay best friend that is so easy to, like, ga all the time. I should probably do my makeup, huh?
Yeah.
You look stunning. I actually love this pink.
Thank you. I've been really into Escape Pod by Kaleidos.
And your placement is so correct as well. Wow. Not that there's an incorrect way to do it, but I really like what you're doing.
That's true.
I like where you're putting it.
There's no incorrect way to do it. But if you were to do it correctly, it might be the way that I'm doing it.
Yeah, it is. She's very correct. Can I use some of your
Yeah, use it. Absolutely.
Matte? Finny matte?
Finny matte. So you started out in Juliet as a swing. Is that correct?
I was a swing. I was an off-stage swing.
Wow. I know at one point on Instagram you claimed to have covered 12 roles. I really want you to be able to name them.
That's the truth. Oh my gosh. I can't name them. Yes, I can.
Okay. I'll count for you.
So I started off with Richard, and then I did Gregory.
Okay.
And then I did May, and then there's Kemp, and then there's Augustine, and then there's Sly, Lord Capulet, which I did do 2 shows as Lord Capulet. Juliet's father, I know, hilarious, but I covered it. And they're like, Michael, just do it. And I was like, okay.
Daddy for a day.
Sure. And then I moved on to Juliet crew, right? Because they were like, okay, Michael can do both, so I started singing the little X's solos with the flower crowns on the coffin. So that was, I did Helena / Lucy. I did Portia / Eleanor. I did all of, what's her name? Imogen! Thank you. How many is that?
I think you have 3 more.
I did Frankie. We can't forget about Frankie. Oh, I did Lady Capulet's ensemble track called Nell. So that's 11. And I never touched Charmion, which used to be Rumor, which is now Charlie D'Amelio.
How do you hold all of that in your brain?
People ask me, how do you swing? How do you hold all that information in your head? But I don't hold it all in my head all at the same time. It's a sequence thing, right? Because you wake up and you go, as Dylan, I'm gonna wake up, I'm going to brush my teeth, I'm gonna brush my hair, I'm gonna put my pants on, then I'm gonna go out the door. And that's what I do as Dylan.
Yeah.
That's what I think of like as Imogen. If I'm Imogen that day, Imogen goes stage right. I think A to B to C to D. I don't think of like the alphabet soup happening all at once. Does that make any sense?
It does make sense. I guess it just, in the theme of getting ready, how do you get ready for a show when you don't necessarily know what track you're doing?
Disaster, Dylan. Disaster. It's too horrifying. No, it's honestly fine. That's why I truly do believe that everyone can swing. It's a personality thing of like, you have to calm down, you have to be grounded, you have to trust yourself, you have to trust your training, you have to trust your rehearsal, you have to trust your dance captains. It's just about referring to your notes, referring to your tracking sheets. These are all tools that we use as swings and understudies. I'm a big visual learner, so I always have my iPad out, and I like to watch the traffic patterns. And that way I kind of have like a photographic memory of what's going on. There's definitely like 4 to 5 tracks that I'm just gonna know regardless of what's happening, but I wonder if I still know them now. I've now been May for I guess like 4 months full time.
You have such a sense of calm and confidence about you, even as you're talking about something so complex.
Oh, thank you.
Have you always been calm, cool, and collected, or is that something that you've had to cultivate as you've been in the show longer?
I am someone who has a lot of thoughts that come to my brain all at the same time. I think there's a name for that. An illness called ADHD. I think I'm just really comfortable with you.
Oh, fierce.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's part of it.
Good. I love it. The most fun fact that I know about you right now is that you were voted most likely to be on Broadway by your Catholic high school.
How do you know this?
I'm a creeper.
This is true.
Okay. What was it like to have that high school prophecy be fulfilled?
Oh my gosh. Well, I didn't remember that I was voted most likely to be on Broadway either. Like, it's something that just I think happened. And then I thought about it. I was like, wait. I mean, it's crazy, right? You think it's just something that's just never gonna happen for you. Being on Broadway, I'm from a small town in Louisiana called Lafayette, Louisiana, which is not that small. It's a very fun, loving town with a lot of culture, a lot of food, a lot of French people and French last names. You know, people where I'm from don't go to Broadway, really. It was huge. You know, musical theater is something that just happened for me and it just didn't stop happening. I remember when I got the email.
Yeah.
I was working front desk at my job And I never did my modules, my training that I had to do because I was like, well, they have to pay me to do these. I'm not gonna do this hour module at home. I don't have enough time to do this. They would always like pull me from the desk, like, Michael, you have to do this. So go into the office and do it. And I'd be like, okay, great. So I went to the office to check my email, and it was an offer to be in the Toronto and Broadway production of Juliet.
Wow.
It wasn't a phone call because I didn't have an agent at the time. And then I had to go back to work and finish the rest of the day.
How did you keep yourself together?
At Equinox? Very carefully. I mean, I turned red, I started crying, and I was like, I'm gonna be on Broadway. I told my managers, and they're like, great. Also, Lorna Courtney, Tony nominee, was also at the Equinox front desk whenever she learned that she was gonna be on Broadway.
Wow.
Fun fact.
What advice do you have for theater kids who are currently working the front desk at Equinox?
Do your training modules, because you never know. You might check that email and a fun one might come.
What does it mean to be on Broadway in a principal role portraying a non-binary character?
It means the world to me. I'm just being myself. I think it's so sweet when I meet people at the stage door and they're like, what you're doing is so important. I know that what I'm doing is important by just existing and by just being there and being on stage, and representation is just enough. And being myself is just enough. So I have moments of imposter syndrome, of course, as we all do, of like, oh my gosh, I have to be this, I have to be that. But it's not true. I just have to show up as myself every day and be authentic, and that is enough, especially in a world where people don't want people like me to exist and don't want queer people to exist. Just sometimes seeing someone on stage with blush on is is gonna do the trick, you know? I'm really proud of myself, and I'm really proud of everyone who came before me that made this possible, you know?
Did Justin David Sullivan give you any advice or words of wisdom? Was there a passing of the glitter eyeshadow?
Yes! There was a passing of the crown. So Justin is a makeup guru. Justin has one of the most beautiful beats, face paints in the industry. I mean, they are just an icon, and I've learned so much from them. And I have so many, like this, I think all of this is from Justin, right? Like, they'll just,
really?
throw things at me. No, Justin has done so much and made the groundwork for me so effortless, and it was such an honor for me to understudy someone like them who's so talented and such an icon, and we're still good friends. Okay, am I done with everything that's liquid, right? Because we have to do the liquids first, and then I go in with the
Then you do your powders.
with the powders. That's what makes it stick, everyone. I am.
You look like you might be.
Your eyes are stunning, my love. Don't they?
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
See, I just wanted to like play.
I should
like,
do
I
that
wanna-
tonight. I get fired. I go with the full like rainbow thing. They're like, Michael, what happened to the
Eva?
plot?
I do want to talk about Paloma Young's costumes because they are some of my favorite costumes on Broadway right now.
My experience with Paloma was very much a collaborative one. She wants you looking and feeling your best. She really takes into account your style and the way you wear your clothes, and it's just so nice because that's not what we're used to in theater, in the industry, right? You wear what you wear, and that's good. That's what we're taught, and that's also fine too. But with something like Juliet that's so self-expression forward, it's so nice. And so with my original ensemble character called Thomas, I was like, I need the cincher, I need the stripes, I need the hair, I need the moment, and they definitely incorporated all of that, and I think she's a freaking genius. I mean, come on.
It's so beautiful. I remember the first time I went and I saw the show on Broadway, I was drawn to all the costume pieces. I was like, oh, I wish I had that in my closet. I wish I had that in my closet. That looks so fierce. And as a swing, a master of tracks, you got to dip into all of the looks.
Yes, so many costumes. So what's really cool about Juliet is that all the swings have their own specific look.
And you are showcasing your fabulous natural hair in the show as well.
I didn't start out with this hair. I had the kind of a poof, and then I had highlights. Through every step of the journey, you have to get every hairstyle kind of approved too. So this is something that I thought of through one of my friends, Taylor Iman Jones, who has a similar hair. She inspired me to get this hair because I saw it on her, and I was like, oh my gosh, curly mullet. And it had to be something at the time that worked for Francois and May and for my player costume. And for me in real life, of course. I wanted to feel like myself. And
Absolutely.
So it was a big jump, but I think it's fun. I feel like it's kind of my brand now. You know what I mean?
And how do you keep your curls healthy and happy doing 8 shows a week?
I go to sleep with a silk scrunchie and a bonnet. Do you sleep with a bonnet? Anyone who sleeps with, or do you sleep with a retainer? Do you sleep with anything?
I sleep with a retainer. Oh, me and my teeth, don't get me started. I sleep with a retainer.
And it stays in?
Yeah.
Mine does not, sister.
Your retainer doesn't stay in?
Well, I'm supposed to sleep with a night guard, a bonnet. I wake up and it's like the bonnet is across the room on the lamp. My mouth guard's like in between my toes. I fall asleep with it on. Like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, Dylan. I wake up and I'm like, I close my eyes. I'm like, with everything, and I wake up and it's just all. I'm like, oh, what did I do wrong?
Where did it go?
I don't know, and it's not something like, do I duct tape it around my head?
Yeah, maybe you need to be maybe you need to be strapped down.
I need to be strapped down when I sleep. But then, knowing me, I would like find the key in my sleep and like unlock it and like. On to the eyes, shall we?
I was flipping through the Playbill today, and I noticed that there is a cute little blurb affirming May's non-binary identity within the Shakespeare universe. Which I thought was such a nice touch.
That is a
Have
nice
you seen
touch. Yes. It's one of my most favorite blurbs, and I read it all the time.
It's super cute. No, it's super cute.
Why don't we review that blurb? No, it's true, right? Because
it's true.
Non-binary people have always existed. Trans people have always existed. This has always been a thing. This is nothing new.
Let's read it.
Shakespeare's plays challenge the gender binary so often that it almost ceases to exist. Period. That one reason the character May, me, is such a natural fit in the world of Anne Juliet. True. There's room in this show for people as spectacular as May. Aw. Just like there's room in Shakespeare's plays and in the rest of the world. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Right?
Right.
It's nothing new, you guys. It's really nothing new. Like, can we calm down for 2 seconds?
You mentioned stage door. Is there a meaningful interaction in particular you can talk about having with a fan?
You know what I like to do? There's some kids who are just so painfully shy, and that was me as a kid too. Like I didn't really talk till I was like 9. Really, I didn't find my voice.
What was your first word when you were 9?
Slay. No, I'm kidding. But I see these little shy kids, and I'm like, and they don't even, they're too scared to even say, will you sign my Playbill, or will you take a picture with me? And so I think it's always fun to take it upon myself to be like, would you like a picture? Would you like me to sign your Playbill? And of course they would like me to sign their Playbill. They're like this, but it means the world to them that I'm participating and having a conversation with them. Those are the moments that I find so sweet because I was one of those kids who was just too scared to even talk. I could still feel the communication happening. Mm-hmm. You don't have to say anything. You're saying everything you need to say by just being here and like supporting, which is super nice and I think so sweet.
Were there people who you looked up to when you were a kid or even when you were a young performer?
The Cheetah Girls. I love the Cheetah Girls. They're my background on my phone.
I'm a Leo.
Mm-hmm.
And the Cheetah Girl, one of the Cheetah Girls films went on TV on my birthday one year, and I thought that was the coolest thing. Yes. I was like, I am certified Cheetah Girl.
Unstoppable.
The Disney gods say I am a Cheetah Girl because this is coming out on my birthday.
You are. We're all certified Cheetah Girls. I grew up in Louisiana, right, where there wasn't theater, so that was the closest thing I had to musical theater, right? And I love honest performances. I like the unexpected moments when people just ground you.
There are lots of unexpected moments in Anne Juliet, lots of twists and turns. What is one of your favorite musical moments in Anne Juliet?
I like Show Me Love.
Yeah?
Yes, because there's like a turntable moment. Spoiler alert. A lot of the Anne Juliet canon is so pop and rock. I feel like Show Me Love, the way we do it, is giving very like musical theater vibe, which is really exciting.
Okay, this is starting to look very beautiful.
You look stunning.
I love it. I love it.
See, I could do this. I think this would fly. We'll ask Jared, our designer.
Yeah,
do you
Jared,
love it?
We're not done.
This plot,
but comment below.
See, I think I do like a natural look, but everyone makes fun of me. I'm like, this is a natural glam.
That's natural. That's light.
It's stage natural.
Stage natural. Right? I think that's the makeup that I'm doing in my everyday too. I'm doing stage natural. Wow. You're also getting to perform with a boy band legend.
Yes, Joseph Fatone.
Tell us all about what it's
Joseph
like.
Fat One. That's how it's spelled. He's awesome.
He's awesome.
Joey Fatone is so sweet. He's like a big kid.
Yeah?
Yes. Guys, I step in front of him and I sing one of his songs. It's Gonna Be May. Like, he goes, Francois, and I interrupt him, and I go, maybe that's why, every little thing. And I'm like, what? And it wasn't until, like, the fourth performance where I'm like, oh, I'm upstaging the person who made this song famous. It's crazy. I'm like, this is nonsense.
Do you have any other tips and tricks for getting through that 8-show week?
I mean, just for me, transitioning into swinging in the ensemble to full-time as a principal, it's changed the way I've lived, for sure. I don't even talk in between shows on 2-show days.
Really?
Yeah.
Not at all.
I don't. I hate going to work and then feeling exhausted and feeling tired, especially after I've already done a show. So something for me, that's a boundary that I'm like, okay, Michael, it's not worth going to start the second show of the day and feeling like your voice is shot. You know what I mean?
Right.
Maybe I can work up to it, but little things like that where I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna stay into the theater and play my little Switch and scroll on my little phone and close my little mouth so I can do my little show.
What are you playing on Switch?
Well, everyone started freaking playing Switch backstage. And I thought Switch was only for boys. I thought it was like a boy game, you know, like video games.
Yeah, I
and then
know, like video games.
all the gays are playing Switch now. Anyways, I was like, okay, I guess I'm not too gay to play video games, so let me play. And now I'm addicted to Pokemon. I love it. I think they're so cute.
They are cute.
Pokemon's a pretty like queer coded game just in general, but do you know Pokemon?
I don't know Pokemon.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I grew up in the South as well.
Where?
I grew up in Southwest Florida, in Naples.
Yeah, so we're both like swamp people.
Oh my God, Diva, are we swamp people?
We're like marsh people.
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. I was
Watch
out there.
New York City.
We're coming out of the swamp. Yeah, no, I was out there like bare feet doing alligator calls.
Have you eaten alligator?
I have eaten.
Sorry to all the vegans.
Sorry to all the vegans.
I have eaten alligator. It tastes like chicken.
It is like chicken if you kept chicken in fresh water.
Yes. Yeah, there is a little of the sea-ness.
You did that. Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
A little brine. A little briny chicken.
Yes. Gator girls.
Anyway, my mom was always like, you need to read a book. You need to go outside or you need to read a book. So we were not allowed to be gamer girls growing up.
Well, your mom's right about that.
She was right about that. Thank you, Mom.
I should take a page out of your mom's book.
And read a book?
Yes. No, go outside.
Oh.
I can't read. No, I can read.
I don't think anyone thought you couldn't read. Okay.
I should do my makeup. That's what I should do.
I know. I'm like, I've had like half of a wing on for 15 minutes, just sitting here gabbing, sweating and laughing.
It's okay,
and
but the rule
gabbing.
is we don't have to finish our makeup because
God.
because May doesn't enter until the first 24 minutes of the play.
Oh, so you have time. So how do you spend the first 24 minutes backstage?
Well, I can't.
Are you doing your makeup?
You can't tell me that, right? So it's like when places happens, my makeup needs to be finished because if it's not, I'm not gonna be rushing on stage. Like that's not something that Michael Iván Carrier can do and have a good day.
Is there a Max Martin song that you wish was in And Juliet? And if so, which song would it be?
You know what? I'm gonna spill some tea. In Domino, there's a dance move choreography where we squeeze and then we go like this.
Wait, hold on. I'm not a dancer.
You can do this.
Okay,
squeeze and then draw a 2, go to draw a 2, and then go out just with your right hand. So we go squeeze like I'm a domino.
Nope.
Squeeze. The point of the story is...
Michael's like, giving
this
up on
used to
her.
I'm like, you got it. No, I'm kidding. No.
So that's not happening.
No, this is going to make you get it. This is
okay.
going to make you get it,
Okay.
Dylan. The point is, Domino used to be 22 by Taylor Swift. And the choreography used to be, shout out to Jen Weber, used to be Squeeze. I'm feeling 22. And then we're like, well, Juliet, because Juliet's like getting older now, and she's like, I'm going to go out and I'm going to like leave Verona.
And 22's old.
And 22's old, yeah, which I guess she is like, 22's not old. But that's not the point. And like, let's not put a number on Juliet. So they changed the song to Jessie J's Domino.
I personally want the Katy Perry song E.T. That's what I want.
Okay, when?
When? I don't care.
Maybe-
That's not up to me. I'm not a writer.
You're like,
I'm
that's-
not a choreographer.
You
I'm
just
a writer.
throw out the
I'm not a
ideas.
writer of musical theater.
So I got this trick from Billy Porter.
Oh.
You have to massage your lash to put it on so it hugs your eyeball. Oh wait, I do have one trick before we leave. So if anyone's like a sweaty Eddie, sweaty Betty, sweaty spaghetti, whatever gender, put as much highlighter on your face as possible. So you look like a glazed donut. That way when you sweat, you just sparkle. I do domino, straight into Show Me Love, straight into Blow, no breaks, straight into I'm Not a Girl, like slow ballad. So I'm like pouring sweat. I need water. I'm in a corset with a crown and I'm sitting down. I just got misgendered by this bathroom attendant. And then Juliet's like, hey, is everything okay? And I'm like, yeah.
You want to know how I am, Juliet? I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty.
I'm thirsty.
I'm tired. What's next for Michael Iván Carrier?
What is next for me?
What's next?
I would love to originate a role, of course.
Oh, yes.
I want to do more TV and film.
Mm-hmm.
I just did my first ever little TV thing and it was so much fun.
Oh my God, where can we catch you?
I'm on an episode of a show called Elsbeth, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Cute.
It is the Christmas episode called Gold, Frankincense, and Murder. And of course, I play like a gay fashion like assistant.
That gets murdered?
No, I don't, but I'm part of the murder. I don't want to spoil it, but
No.
go see it so we can boost the residuals up
Okay, work.
so I can get more lashes
Okay.
for this show.
We had to pull ourselves together and turn these looks out. You are now ready to take the stage at the Stephen Sondheim Theater.
Off I go to do the first of 8 shows this week. Please come by, and Juliet. Tell me hello at the stage door.
Yes. Before you go, we have a couple of getting ready traditions. The first is if you could please sign and bless the getting ready mirror.
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
You will be joining Leslie Margarita and Alaska.
Oh my gosh, 2 legends, icons, and mothers.
Yes. Beautiful. Will you please sign my playbill?
I'll do anything for you.
Yeah, Miss and Roy. That is actually really good for
like
a
it?
setting spray moment. Life hack.
It is.
Playbill hack. Keep a playbill in your dressing room.
Especially this one.
Yeah, I had the best time with you.
So did I.
Have a wonderful
did.
8-show week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Playbill. This is the complete look. Thank you so much for getting ready with me. I have the crown, the corset, the booty, the boots. Really, the boots? They're boxing boots. Just kidding. I'm a lover. Not a fighter. Love you.